Whether you call him the Donald, Daddy, or even literally Hitler, he really doesn't seem to care. Yep, this one's all about good old Teflon Don, Donald Trump. Let's get this show on the road. Hello everyone, and welcome to the third installment of my series, the Regressive Handbook. In this episode, we'll be looking at Fusion's third video in the Democracy Handbook saga, titled One Trump to Rule Them All.
As everyone knows, democracy is great in theory, but in the real world, it's so damn boring.
A constitutional, is this not working?
Are you kidding me? Democracy is boring. Have you even seen democratic proceedings here in Canada? Come on, this stuff makes international headlines. Okay, so it's not WWE SmackDown, but it's something, right?
Which is why it's so great to see that America is finally warming up to the idea of being ruled by the biggest bully with the most gold.
Yeah, fun fact about that. The United States started as a nation seeking a king to lead it, oddly enough. But George Washington turned down the extremely popular proposal that he adopt such a position in favor of a republic, with elected leaders rather than a monarch. And the powers don't exist to put Trump in the place as some sort of Hussein-esque dictator. Even if they did, those Second Amendment supporters whom you so kindly mocked in your last video, they'd be the first ones on the front lines to defend America and prevent the rule of a despotic tyrant. But hey, what do I know? I've only been learning about American history for the majority of my life as a citizen of its biggest trading partner. I'm sure a recent immigrant to the United States of America from a dictatorial backwater nation, well, you must know these things better than I do.
That's how we do it in the Middle East, and I can assure you, it works. Even when it doesn't work, it works.
Now, I can't tell if you're referring to how the Middle East seems to function better, with less negative impact, at least on the international stage, when dictators are in power there, because, although brutal, they tend to keep a certain degree of order, or you're trying to frame it as the whole dictator is telling people it works from the other side of a gun. Regardless of your angle of approach here, likening the United States to the Middle East is absolutely idiotic. Whether it's the systems of government, the geopolitical atmosphere, the types of natural resources available to each nation, or even the fundamental ideologies involved, the United States and the Arabian nations are like night and day when compared with one another. I'm not even American, and yet my spine is slowly grinding itself to dust from all the dishonest, misleading, cringeworthy moments in your videos.
And the Orange Menace has all the qualities of a fantastic supreme leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Fusion Airlines Flight 2016, bound for unmitigated bias, with continued service to batshit insane International Airport. All independent opinions should be stored securely, either in an overhead bin or stuffed up your ass. All aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should now be clear. All critical faculties should now be turned off and stowed, as they may interfere with the crafting of our preferred narrative. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you may use your freedom of thought, but note that some ideas may not be discussed at any time. You'll find a list of approved ideas and opinions in the in-flight information section of Fusion's very own Regressive magazine. If you've earned any sort of financial success in your life, please review the responsibilities for financial liquidity on the back of the safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you, while paying special attention to the sections on progressive taxation and reparations. If you are unable or prefer not to acquiesce to these demands, please let us know, and we'll be happy to slander you and run your reputation into the ground. As we leave the gate, make sure your brain is adequately sedated. To do this, insert your headphones and adjust the volume so it's low and soothing. Remain sedated with your self-awareness securely restricted anytime the progressive ideology sign is on. Even if the sign is off, we ask that you keep your self-awareness contained while seated in case we experience some unexpected criticism. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with whatever the hell we say. Conservatism is not allowed on any Fusion flight, and Clinton federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying our false narratives. There are 12 exits on the aircraft, and all exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if we experience a loss of voter support resulting in political strength being reduced, white lights illuminating the aisle will guide you to the red lights marking each of the exits. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you and make note of how you intend to escape with as much money as possible, keeping in mind that your closest safe exit may be Saudi Arabia. Before we take off, be sure your seat backs are upright and locked, your tray table is put away, and all opinions are securely suppressed. As we come through the cabin for our final uniformity checks, please let us know if you have any questions so that we may deal with your dissidence accordingly. We ask that you all review the safety information card located in the seat pocket in front of you. Once again, welcome aboard Fusion Airlines Flight 2016 to Unmitigated Bias, and thank you for flying Fusion.
He controls the media.
I won't be doing the debate.
Controlling the media and refusing to bow to their demands are entirely different things.
He has a cult of personality.
It's a beautiful building. Did he need to put his name all over the front of it?
Well, yes, seemingly marketing illiterate woman on the street in massive sunglasses. He did need to put his business's brand on the building, just like any other major corporation's headquarters or office building. You don't look at the Royal York Hotel in Toronto and miss the name of the building. That'd be poor marketing.
He's fearless.
Hey, look at this! The hostile takeover of Donald Trump!
Yeah, I remember that beef between McMahon and Trump. The two of them going back and forth over the whole "you're fired" catchphrase and who had the better hairpiece. It was a good shtick.
He silences the opposition.
Property from an elderly woman.
Let me talk. Quiet.
How dare someone insist on responding to allegations made against them during a televised debate? How very dare they?
He likes to see people suffer.
Would I approve waterboarding? You bet your ass I'd approve it.
Yeah, the guy supports enhanced interrogation techniques being used on terrorist suspects in the hopes of garnering intelligence that could save the lives of American citizens. Sorry, you don't get much sympathy from me when you're trying to kill other people. So if simulated drowning is what it takes to get info, I guess that's where we're going with it.
He rules absolutely.
What would you do if the U.S. military refused to carry out those orders?
They won't refuse. They're not going to refuse me.
Yeah, not entirely sure of the context here since you haven't provided any reference to which debate or speech this was, and I'm not feeling particularly inclined to waste my time digging on an obvious snipe hunt. Suffice it to say, looks like he was pointing out the whole Commander-in-Chief title being kind of important. Again, no context given, so by, I guess, BASM standards, that means I can make it whatever I like.
He has all that gold.
All the hardware for the seat is 24-karat gold to match the rest of the gold plating throughout the aircraft.
I'm just going to write this one off as jealousy. Next.
And most importantly, he has what so many dictators before him have had. A deep, abiding friendship with Dennis Rodman.
So, Dennis, you went and you saw Kim Jong-un. I happen to think it's a good thing, but I really do.
Yeah, no context given once again. What I see here is an American celebrity, if you can still call Rodman a celebrity today, working to improve relations with a very hostile and unstable dictator. If Rodman suddenly blazed a fat one with Kim Jong-un and got him to settle the fuck down, I don't think you'd be so critical. Okay, this has been, by far, the most I've had to pick at a video before the title has even rolled. I don't know if Fusion's trying to provide a top-weighted episode in the hopes of wearing down my resolve early on, but I'm not going to give up, and I hope you folks don't give up either, because we've got some real gems coming up.
There's been a lot of chatter about Trump and Muslims. Will he deport us? Will he kill us? Will he fire us?
You're fired.
Deport you? Only if you're illegal or possibly if you're knowingly providing material support to terrorists. Kill you? See knowingly providing material support to terrorists. Fire you? What, Bassem, are you hoping to get a spot in the Trump White House? If so, buddy, you're going about it entirely the wrong way.
I don't know why everyone's so worried. Donald Trump is the only choice for the discerning Muslim who loves America but misses the comfort of a really solid dictatorship.
Alright, now let's trot out a totally not cherry-picked Trump supporter and put up an interview that we've totally not whittled down or selectively edited.
And there is no bigger Muslim Trump superfan than Sabah Ahmed.
Who do you think will win this presidential elections?
Trump.
Would you vote for him?
I would.
Despite everything that he said, you would?
Yes, because we believe in his business background. We feel he can actually help revive the economy and fix things in Washington.
So it sounds like a kind of an uphill fight for you.
First off, what has he said? How about you run a clip of something Trump has actually said regarding Islam or Muslims, which are two entirely separate topics, by the way, and show it in its entirety, without editing it or cutting it in any way. Also, second, you have this woman here who is setting aside identity politics because she seems to recognize that not only are identity politics bullshit, but that the economy is a much larger issue and something that affects other people besides herself.
Trump's saying that, we should ban Muslims, build a wall. I mean, just a couple of days ago, he just made this comment about bullets dipped in pig's blood.
I feel like it's part of politics.
Oh, come on. The ban was proposed for immigration from areas that are known for being hotbeds of terrorist activity, and it wasn't even a permanent one, but rather proposed as a temporary stopgap procedure while the government establishes a way to safely screen individuals coming into the country. The wall? That's in regards to illegal immigrants flooding across the U.S. border with Mexico. Nature's already provided some decent walls against unchecked immigration from Muslim-majority nations. They're called the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans.
There is a great hatred toward Americans by large segments of the Muslim population. It's going to get worse and worse. You're going to have more World Trade Centers. They have no respect for human life.
Are you going to give us any context for those statements? The first 2 points, even as presented, aren't factually inaccurate. The third point is in regards to groups like ISIS who don't have any regard for the lives of people who don't bow down to the Islamic State and their ideology. I don't see where any errors were made here. Large portions of the worldwide Muslim population harbor hatred towards Western societies. If you allow groups like ISIS freedom to operate, there will be more large-scale terrorist attacks, and there are plenty of Muslims in the world, not just ISIS members, but more moderate mainstream Muslims, who have no regard for the lives of those who do not follow the strict interpretations of Quranic law. For fuck's sake, I'd start a no-context counter on this video, but frankly, I don't have the time or energy to do that many separate cuts, or the animation, or the audio.
What you have to understand is, so whenever you say something against Islam or Muslims, you get the votes.
I mean, this is politics, right?
It's politics.
Yeah, he can trash us all he wants as long as he gets into the White House.
That's how this country works.
Caution. Selective editing at work. Please remain calm, keep an open mind, and make sure to constantly question every single cut sequence in this entire interview.
Would you consider being less Muslim-y?
No, I think I would actually ask Trump or Ivanka to start a scarf collection line or swell at one of their things.
Trump scarves? Saba is thinking too small. There are 1.6 billion Muslims in the world. Trump hijabs, Trump niqabs, Trump burkinis. The possibilities are endless.
See now, I can tell you're making fun of her suggestion. But the funny part of this is that it's not even a half bad idea for a product line. And I'm sure that with her sense of style, bone structure, and particularly her eyes, that Melania could definitely market a line of scarves, hijabs, and niqabs quite easily.
I still didn't have a good handle on what Trump's plans were, so I journeyed down south with his followers to find out.
Translation. We went and found some of the most stereotypically ignorant-sounding individuals in America because we know that the Southern drawl conjures up images of ignorance and prejudice in the media, and that kind of tone really fits with our narrative.
I believe that he loves America.
Well, he's definitely energetic. He's electric.
I think that you can depend on what he tells you, that he'll do what he tells you.
Trump, 100%.
Holy shit. Video minion, roll that back. Wait, I don't have minions? God damn it. 1 sec, I'll do it myself. Yeah, that's definitely one of those fabled black Trump supporters. From how rare the media has been telling me they are, I never thought I'd see one in real life.
He's a loudmouth, and I think we need that.
Do you understand exactly how is he going to make America great again?
I might not understand fully, but I like what I do here for the most part. So,
like what?
I mean, he's literally saying he's going to make America great again.
And you like that?
I love that.
Okay, I think we can agree that anyone wearing a shirt like that today, in an unironic fashion, isn't going to be the bastion of higher thought and reasoning in the group. Bassem, I'm not saying you're cherry picking, but okay, no, I'm definitely calling this one. Offensive foul on the play, excessive cherry picking, 10-yard penalty, and a substantial loss of credibility.
I think he can help get this country back on the financial road.
So do you think that he's successful financially?
Yes, very much so.
Tell us some of his successful businesses.
I cannot. I just know that every businessman fails, goes bankrupt like several times.
He doesn't answer to anybody.
That's right.
He doesn't obey anybody.
That's right.
Nobody can hold him accountable.
That's right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I like Donald Trump because he is a very intelligent person.
What has he done or said that made you think that he's smart?
Well, I watched him on The Apprentice.
Yes,
I am.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, look!
And there he was, up in the sky, taking his place among the gods. You know, Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi, Adolf Hitler.
I think we can all agree that Hitler was, for all intents and purposes, a subhuman individual. He was a monster. I think the majority of rational-minded people in the world can agree on that point. The problem is that you, and so many other so-called liberal outlets, like to join Trump and Hitler at the hip. You want them inseparable in the public mind. The problem then comes when you ask the age-old question, hey, if you could go back in time and shoot Hitler before he came to power, would you? To which essentially everybody answers in the affirmative. When you connect someone with a historical individual, with the amount of public hatred that people have for Hitler, and rightfully so, Hitler was, as I've said, a monster, the lines start to get blurry with the droves of violent leftists, and an attempt on the life of a political candidate comes out from the realm of incredulity and becomes a reality, as we've already seen during the Trump campaign. In short, tone down your rhetoric before you get someone killed. Alright, please forgive me, I typically don't like altering the original video's material, but this is just an extended bit where they toss in specially selected clips from the event, and Bassem acts like a rowdy supporter to mock people at the rally. I'm going to speed up the playthrough here, but if you'd like to watch it in its intended speed, the original video link will be, as always, in the description.
Who's not winning? We're going to win. Who's going to pay for the wall? Mexico! We'll get rid of Obamacare very, very much. We're going to knock ISIS out so fast. Second Amendment, which, by the way, we are going to keep and solidify.
And here we go again with the whole comparing a Trump presidency to Middle Eastern dictatorship shtick. Yeah, this hasn't gotten old yet.
There he is, beating that dead horse. Get him!
Speaking of shit getting old, I wonder if they're ever going to get back to like the whole, all the insults tossed around, Crooked Hillary, Little Marco, or maybe that really campy, like, Little Tykes cheerleading squad. That seemed to make some good news headlines.
Oh, I just know you're going to love Absolute Rule. It's so much simpler, cheaper, quicker, shinier. So let's make it happen. Let's turn this into this. Oh, wait, we already have.
Oh, no way. They're totally going there. Oh, man. Way to really break the mold with this video fusion shit. Way to break the mold.
President Donald Trump knows how to make America great. Deal from strength or get crushed every time.
Hey, at least they could carry a tune and manage better choreography than those North Korean kids. Another win for America.
Trump has what matters most for a dictator, a 24-hour news cycle that follows him around like a dog.
So now you're gonna rip on the guy because the American and worldwide media follows him around? Of their own volition. The major differences you seem to have oh so conveniently forgotten here, Bassem, are that in dictator-run nations, the ones you've referenced thus far at least, the state outright owns the media, which means that when the media follows the leader around, it's because the leader is commanding this directly, not simply captivating the public interest, resulting in media outlets chasing the leader, because that in turn means better ratings.
And when he's elected, I hope he turns the war room into the boardroom and puts the whole thing on TV. That way, people can tune in every week to see who the supreme leader will fire. Will he fire China? Will he fire North Korea? Will he put Dennis Rodman in his cabinet? We'll all have to tune in.
Okay, that cut wasn't me. Seriously, even I can manage better editing than this bullshit. If you don't believe me, as I said, links in the description. Fusion totally just hacked off the end of that wrap-up and actually published it. Now I'm not perfect. Shit, I've got bargain basement quality production here, and even that's giving me too much credit. But even I'm not cutting off my main speaking portions. I had a few odd pauses from editing mishaps in my first videos, but I'm also not running a massive channel here. Fusion's got like 136,000 subscribers on their primary channel and a bunch of subsidiaries. Get your shit together, Fusion, for fuck's sakes. Canadian like me is showing you up on a video that you had ample time to review and edit. Another day, another episode of the Democracy Handbook series taken to task for its lies, misrepresentations, and horribly cherry-picked examples. I hope you guys have been enjoying this little series so far, because there's another 7 videos left in this dumpster fire of political propaganda, and I intend to see the project through to completion. In other news, I recently had a comment posted on my Olympic snubs and selfies video by Merb34ST saying, "You need more subs and views so you can get a better mic. I am enjoying your content and hope to see your channel take off." Well, Merb, I'd love to be working with something of higher quality than just my laptop mic, but the finances just aren't there right now. I'm currently doing this from my old college laptop and trying to pay my way back to school to officially finish up my entrepreneurship and business management program. And with the debt from the first portion of my education and a bunch of other issues, a new microphone setup just really isn't in the cards right now. To that end, dear viewer, if you've been listening to or watching my content and you'd like to help me out, let me know in the comments. I haven't set up a Patreon or anything like that, but if people are actually interested in helping me improve my channel's content, I'd be extremely grateful. I'd feel like setting up a Patreon without active interest in helping my channel grow would be a bit, I guess, presumptuous, and it's just not my style. But I'm not going to say no to offers of support, as I don't think there's any shame to be had in accepting offers of help. So yeah, that wraps up another episode of my series, The Regressive Handbook. Thanks to everyone for all of your input, especially you, Merb, for your feedback on the end cap gunshot effects. I've turned them down in this video, so you guys can all thank Merb for being able to listen to this video and my future releases without blowing out your eardrums. Oh, and as always, give the video an up or down vote, leave a comment down below with any feedback you may have, and if you're feeling particularly entertained, hit that big old subscribe button. I'm not sure what it does, but the popular kids seem to mention it a lot. That means it's gotta. Just in case you thought I'd actually screwed up that last little end cut there, the early clip was absolutely intentional. Have a good one.